Now is the time that we should begin the morning with a prayer asking God to bless this world, the world which is suffering from this virus. Billions of people in the world, those who are suffering, we'll be holding them in our prayer. We'll also hold those people, those who are suffering from different diseases, cannot go to doctor, don't have, you know, money to buy medicine, cannot afford to buy medicine. We'll be holding those children, those that are starving, cannot go to school. We'll also pray for those who are dying in road accidents every day in different parts of the world. People, those who are suffering, also will pray for those who have died, passed away, especially from this virus. We'll pray for so many teachers in different parts of the world, those who died, so many doctors, nurses, the frontline fighters. They were the frontline fighters. They have sacrificed their lives. We'll pray for children. We'll pray for old days to come back so that we can get together. We can see, we can meet each other. We can go to each other. Oh God, bless everybody. O most merciful God, grant me, I beseech thee, ardently to desire, prudently to study, rightly to understand, and perfectly to fulfill that which is pleasing to thee, and to the praise and glory of thy name. Amen. Now we'll be having our school anthem, and our students participated, and they usually, when we were together, they used to sing this song. Now this will be the video clip today, and we ask God to bless all those who participated in this and bless our students. Now, the portrait of Euphrasie Barbier will be garlanded and honored by our honorable principal, Sister Virginia Gomez, RNDM.
Can anybody help me?
Now we have candle lighting after this. And the sisters, those who are participating in candle lighting are Sister Michelle Reed, RNDM, Sister Lourdes Mary, RNDM, and Sister Carmel Robario, RNDM. One thing will be noticed here, there's the figure 128, there's 128. It represents that 128 years past that Euphrasie Barbier left us. But still we remember because of the good deeds and the mission and her hard work that she left for the people of this world. That is also remembered, and that will be remembered always. Now, I will request our honorable principal, Sister Virginia Gomez, to deliver her speech.
Welcome, very respected sisters from all our communities. Sister Josephine Kane, our Superior General in Rome, and her council members, especially those sisters who are watching this program today from different communities, and the sisters who are present here today. Very respected parents, guardians, beloved students, alumni, and friends. Greetings of peace to you all. Today, the 18th of January, we remember Euphrasie Barbier, the founder of the RNDM Sisters, on her 128 years death anniversary. She had passed away on Wednesday, on 18 January 1893 at 10 minutes past 8 in the evening. She came with 5 of her companions who were her followers, on 25th of March 1883 in Chittagong via Kolkata seaport. From Kolkata they came to Patharghata, Bandel Road, Chittagong, that is 138 years ago. In S.F.X. Greenherald International School at 24th Asad Avenue, Mohammadpur, Dhaka, we have been celebrating our Founder Day together with other schools and colleges, with our schools and college around RNDM world since 2014. Every year we gathered in school to celebrate this day among ourselves, but because of the COVID-19 pandemic, we have decided to use this virtual medium for this year's celebration. The virtual media broke our physical boundary and made us go global. The COVID-19 pandemic has become a blessing in disguise. We sisters feel that our students need to know their founder well. Of course, Sister Maria Gomez today will give a brief life sketch on Euphrasie Barbier. Therefore, I will skip this part and ask Sister Maria to do that. She is the head of the junior section of the school, S.F.X. Greenherald International School. I want you, dear students, to know more about this valiant woman, Euphrasie Barbier. She, an intrepid missionary woman, came all the way from France to British India in a simple steamer across the Adriatic Sea, across very rough journey. She took so much pain just only to serve the most helpless children and women of her time. On her arrival, Euphrasie set up a simple school system within a very short time, within 3 months only. Learned Bengali, Hindi, even English languages, as all of them were French-speaking women. This flame of education she once lit in this soil is still burning bright with bright flame around the RNDM world, especially in the Indian subcontinent. May this light of education be carried out by you, dear students, and you be the agents to carry such quality education to them who are still sitting in the valley of darkness. Education is the real light through which lens we can see things appropriately. Euphrasie had seen many wars, famine, devastating pestilences during her lifetime. But nothing could stop her going for her own higher education. She had secured teacher's training certificate in 1857 itself, not to increase her personal glory, but for a cause, a noble cause. Cause was to spread formal and non-formal education. She had no time for depression, but she went in haste to help the most needy people everywhere. During her lifetime, she personally went to Oceania, to the people lived in South Pacific, to Opotiki in the North Island of New Zealand. Then she went to Australia and to so many places in Oceania. Then she came to Chittagong. And then India, the present day Bangladesh. After reading her letters, I came to know little bit more from our congregation archives. I personally feel very inadequate to speak about such a gigantic personality, our foundress Euphrasie. No doubt she was a woman of God, a saintly person, already a saint for us, a contemplative par excellence. She was certainly a faith-filled, visionary woman. So deep was her spiritual life, her understanding of the divine missions. A God-centered woman, so austere in her personal life and so very generous in her selfless service. Immense in loving others, whereas in question of justice, she spared almost no one, but her expression was always cordial and charitable. Yet she was so humble. Her childlike simplicity touched so many of her contemporaries. After landing Chittagong port, first thing she did was she kissed the soil of this land, acknowledging that this land is holy. Many seers, saintly people, and prophets already treaded this land before her. For 120 years, we are remembering Euphrasie. All her works are still carried out by her followers, by us, by you, dear students, especially through the education system she had established then. Some characteristics of the R&M scholars are: they are confident, hardworking, courageous, tenacious, like Euphrasie Barbie. On behalf of all the sisters, on behalf of our provincial superiors, the management committee members, all teachers and staff, I bring upon all of you blessings of good health, blessings of wellness, and blessings of prosperity. May we all meet one another face to face within this year in a very short time. May we all be able to overcome this deadly time. Keep up your courage and hope alive. May God bless us all now and all the days of our life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sister Virginia Shagomas, for your remarkable, knowledgeable speech. Now we will have a speech given by Sister Josephine Kane, RNDM Superior General from Rome. We know that there are so many barriers to hold program nowadays, but we thank God that His blessing is here, and so we could make this program international. Now the speech.
So welcome everybody to this Founders Day celebration, and this year online for all the students of Greenherald St. Francis Xavier School in Dhaka. I'm very pleased to be able to welcome you to this celebration, which I know you have celebrated for the last 7 years, and I congratulate you again for making that effort to focus on our founder, Euphrasie Barbier, and to take into your life and into your heart the virtues and values and inspiration that she can be for you as a young person. I am so pleased that you are continuing to celebrate this Founders Day, even though we live in a very strange time with the COVID-19 pandemic. It is great that you can meet together online and continue the celebration. Well done to you all. We know that Euphrasie had many virtues, and I wonder if you know what her virtues were, or some of them. What are some of the virtues that Euphrasie expressed, that showed in her life, and are you practicing them in your own life? Take a moment to think about what are the values in my life that I really can take inspiration from Euphrasie Barbier. We know that Euphrasie was a strong and a valiant woman who came from France. And from a very early age, she wanted to be a sister, and she wanted to dedicate her life to being a missionary. And she was able to do this. Let me just share a few of Euphrasie's virtues with you. She was a humble person, and she worked hard, and she was very devoted to what she did. She worked very sincerely, and she helped her parents from a young age, which I hope that is something that you take into your life, that you spend time helping your parents and offering to do what you can for them and with them. She was also adventurous and daring. And she visited Chittagong. I'm sure you know this, that she visited Chittagong in Bangladesh in 1883. And this was the first country in Asia that she visited. She also tried to learn Bengali language while she stayed in Bangladesh. She loved and respected people of all cultures and all countries. And she was persevering and didn't give up, even though many times she had many challenges to face and difficulties to overcome. They are virtues that we can take into our own life and hopefully follow in her footsteps. We know that 2020, the year 2020, and now the new year of 2021 has been difficult and challenging, and maybe in many ways quite depressing for us, with the COVID-19 pandemic and the difficulty for people losing their jobs, people being sick and people dying. It's very difficult. And so how can Euphrasie help us in this time? How can she be a model for us? I think she can very clearly be a model for us, because she knew difficulty, she knew pandemic and hardship in her own lifetime, particularly during the Franco-Prussian War. She and the sisters looked after the soldiers who were injured, and in fact they even brought them into the convent in France, in Lyon, to look after them and care for them, bring them back to health if possible. She never gave up hope and always tried to give of her best, no matter the situation. And I think that is what we need to do too. We have to be people of hope. We have to give of our best. And she had a particular love for the poor. She loved children, and she wanted the best for them. Whatever their circumstances, she always ensured that they had enough food to eat, that they were well cared for, that they were warm and had blankets so that they could be comfortable. And she particularly had compassion for those who suffered. She always wanted the best for people. And I think for us in this time, in our own small way, that is what we need to do, in the same way that Euphrasie did that for people. Now we know in the congregation that we have a big ministry in education. and all of you there at Greenherald have wonderful opportunities to be educated well. And Euphrasie left us a great legacy in terms of education. She wanted her students to be well-rounded, with many skills, and to have confidence, and to have good self-esteem. She wanted young people to strive to reach their potential and to take their place in society and in their families as people who could make an important contribution. I hope you take on that same dream and desire, that you take on all the opportunities you are given during your time of education, that you make the best of those opportunities, and that you use them for good. Be adventurous and try new skills. We live in an age very different from that of Euphrasie. She wouldn't know what a computer was, or what a virtual kind of meeting is as we are having. But I think if she was here, she would be part of that. She would engage in that and she would reach out to people. So try new skills, be flexible and adaptable. We know our world is changing very quickly. The last year has been very, very unusual. And so we've had to adapt and change. Your classes now are online and you are learning in a different medium. But make the best of that and have courage. Have dreams to do your best and hold on to what is good and true. I wish you well on this Founders' Day celebration. I congratulate you again, and I wish you many blessings of hope, peace, joy, and good health for you and all your families. Thank you again to the sisters, the staff, all those involved, and particularly you, the students of Greenherald. May God bless you and keep you always. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Josephine, for your remarkable speech and the guide and the reflection. Thank you very much. Now we have song Euphrasie Barbier by our singing teacher, the renowned singer of the country, and a legendary personality and a freedom fighter, Devi Nandi sir. And the lyric and tune by Sister Shanti Rosario.
আনন্দ উল্লাসে ভরাই নৌকাতে রাখি মোদের প্রণাম তোমারই পদপ্রান্তে আনন্দ উল্লাসে ভরাই নৌকাতে রাখি মোদের প্রণাম তোমারই পদপ্রান্তে এসেছিলে তুমি বাংলার মাটিতে শিক্ষার দীপ শিখা নিয়ে হাতে এসেছিলে তুমি বাংলার মাটিতে, শিক্ষার দীপ শিখা নিয়ে হাতে। সেই শিক্ষা ছিল না শুধু পুঁথির পাতার মুখোতে, বার দিয়ে আচারে বচনে রীতিনীতিতে হও পরিশুদ্ধ, হও অমায়িক ধীর শান্ত। আচারে বচনে রীতিনীতিতে হও পরিশুদ্ধ, হও অমায়িক ধীর শান্ত। উদ্দীপ্ত কণ্ঠে বলেছিলে তুমি, হওয়া হবে শিক্ষার মূল মন্ত্র। বার দিয়ে সত্য সুন্দর বিকশিত হয়ে দাঁড়াবো বিশ্ব দুয়ারে। সত্য সুন্দর বিকশিত হয়ে দাঁড়াবো বিশ্ব দুয়ারে। শ্রদ্ধা করিব সবারে, হৃদয়ের ভালোবাসা দিয়ে বার দিয়ে। আনন্দ উল্লাসে ভরাই নবপ্রাতে, রাখি মোদের প্রণাম তোমারই পদপ্রান্তে। বার দিয়ে আনন্দ উল্লাসে ভরাই নবপ্রাতে, রাখি মোদের প্রণাম তোমারই পদপ্রান্তে। বার দিয়ে বার দিয়ে বার দিয়ে।
Thank you, Trimanil sir, for your very attractive voice.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, introduction by Sister Maria Gomez, RNDM, Junior Section in charge of Greenherald International School. Sister Maria Gomez, RNDM.
Her memory is in benediction. Today, 18 January 2021, we are celebrating the 128th death anniversary of Euphrasie Barbie, the foundress of the Congregation of Our Lady of the Missions. In short form, we are called RNDM Sisters. We are religious missionary congregation. On a cold wintry evening, January 4th, 1829, a delicate child, Euphrasie, was born in Caen, Normandy, France. Euphrasie was the first child of Mr. Louis Barbie and Mrs. Jane Adelaide, their much-loved child. They were 4 sisters and 1 brother. Names are Euphrasie, Natalie, Naomi, Marie, and brother Eugene. Euphrasie grew in a very happy atmosphere where her mother's strong faith and her simple teaching of the truth of religion helped her early formation. Euphrasie loved her parents, family members, and friends, as well as the poor and the needy. She was very faithful in her duties, worked hard, and was thorough in everything. She always gave best to her companions, mixed freely with them, joined in all their funs, and enjoyed their companionship. Euphrasie believed in simplicity, in deportment, and in cleanliness. In spite of her poor health, she had a very strong willpower. Her tenacity and her profound convictions helped her to continue her journey until she reached her goal. Euphrasie's parents were concerned about their family financial needs. Euphrasie felt that she needs to earn for her needy family and left the school at the age of 14 and talking over about her future with her parents. She took up the laundry work under Madame Rosie, who was specialized in doing delicate work for the middle class families of Cork. Laundry work was very hard. However, with her gift of perseverance, at the age of 17, Euphrasie set up her own establishment in the house of her parents. From early childhood, Euphrasie had a dream to become a religious missionary. At the age of 19, 1848, she left home to join a missionary congregation whose intent was to a foreign land where people are suffering. In 1861, Euphrasie left the congregation because the congregation changed her original aim and started working in their own country. But from her childhood, Euphrasie heard the call to consecrate her life for far-off missions. God was with her. God opened her way through the Marist Father. Her first invitation came from New Zealand, First Community Napier, 1865, where her 5 sisters started educating the young Maori girls and boys. Having schools for the rich and the poor, because from the rich students the money received by the sisters was spent for educating the poor students of their society. In this way, the rich were taught how to share their wealth with the poor. After New Zealand, Euphrasie had many invitations from different parts of the world. In 1876, she with her sisters started educating the young girls working in the factories. These girls worked in the morning, the late evening hours. They studied not only the 3 hours, reading, writing, arithmetic, but they were taught arts, music, moral teaching, health, and time for socialization by the sisters. Euphrasie also had the invitations from Bangladesh, then India East Bengal. She arrived to ancient port of Chittagong on 25th March 1883, Easter Sunday. Euphrasie had a great respect for people, land, and cultures. Upon her arrival with her 5 sisters, she kissed the ground, indicating that this ground is holy, the country is holy, and the people and her cultures are holy. Thus, she adopted this country from the very beginning of her arrival. In 1883, Chittagong was a very different place compared to our time. There had been more Europeans and Eurasians in the town of Chittagong. The sisters took the local Bengali people into their educational program. Euphrasie and 5 sisters were French-speaking, but took courage to learn Hindi and Bengali within 2-3 months and began to teach little children in their newly opened school. school for those who were able to pay a little, and the school for the poor, now a renowned school named St. Scholastica's Girls' School and College, Chittagong. This convent also has a creche for the orphan children and an orphanage for the girls, where these girls and some boys are taken care for life. They study and get settled in life under the care of the RNDM sisters. Though she had a very poor health, but did not think twice to journey long distances. In those days, the ships were very primitive compared to our time. Yet, Euphrasie took great courage to travel beyond her boundary to enlighten the mind and hearts of those who were sitting in the darkness without the light of education. 18th January is very special to us. On the tombstone of Euphrasie is engraved a sentence which is simple but rich in hope. Her memory is in benediction. Indeed, her memory is in benediction to each RNDM and a blessing for all who bring changes to the society through education. Our first mission in France and began December 25th, 1861 and remains today. The Congregation of Our Lady of the Missions continues to grow, working for the empowerment of women and children through formal and non-formal education. The spirit of Euphrasie lives on in her sisters throughout the world, including the RNDM in Bangladesh. Being the real educationist, Euphrasie's motto was to prepare the person through education for life. In one of her letters, she writes, "It should never be said that our pupils, when they leave us and go out into the world, and just drawing room ornaments. Our pupils must become valiant women, worthy of good and the praise of the people where they live and work." 2nd June 1878, letters to Mother Mary St. Michael Nelson. She writes to a sister a letter of encouragement. "Do not be discouraged if you have to start afresh 2, 3, and 4 or 6 times. Do that. In particular, study the participles, because that is where you make the most mistakes. Drill your thoroughly in arithmetic and the history and geography of France, as it has to be done today, with the administrative districts, the railways and stations, and without forgetting the canals." This letter she writes to Mother Mary Saint Redemption from Chittagong, 24th June 1883. Euphrasie came to Chittagong twice, 1883 and 1886. Her first stay here was from 25th March to 31st July 1883. Her second visit from 4th of July to 1st January 1887. A long stay indeed, so Euphrasie knew Chittagong quite well. The education of the poor and abandoned children, young girls, widowed women, had been the priority of the sisters from the beginning of the RNDM Foundation in Chittagong. This year we celebrate 160 years of our RNDM's existence and presence in the world, 1861 to 2021. In Bangladesh, our main ministry is still education, primary and college level. We, the follower of our foundress, Euphrasie Barbier, try to follow her teaching without discrimination. We go beyond racial and social, cultural and religious boundaries. In all our schools run by the RNDM sisters in Bangladesh, try our best to develop a child from her, his childhood to young ladies and young men, which we do in S.F.X. Greenherald International School and College through our classroom education. We do not prepare the flower vase for our sitting rooms, but we try our best together with all our lay teachers to awaken the young people to the conditions of life and cultural and religious values. A thirst for justice, sensitive to the various forms of poverty, a sense of justice and truth. We try our level best to awaken a sense to responsibility and commitment from the very young age of our student. Right relationship, respect for every person, every creature, and respect for creation. Euphrasie told us not to prepare a flower vase, but prepare a young peoples for future who are creative, who are able to bring about the changes to the unjust structure of the society, country, and the world. At present, our R&Dms presence are in Italy, France, Australia, Canada, in New Zealand, Samoa, in UK, England, Scotland, and Ireland, in Latin America, Bolivia and Peru, in Africa, Senegal, Kenya, South Sudan, in India, Central, Northeast, South, Bangladesh, Vietnam, Myanmar, Philippines, and Taiwan. Thank you, dear sisters, teachers, staff, parents, and students for your cooperation during the whole year 2020. A special thank you to you, our dear students, who are receiving education from our institutions. God bless you all, keep you safe from COVID-19. May the year 2021 be a year of good health for each one of you, including us, RNTM. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Maria, for your remarkable information and beautiful presentation. Thank you very much. Now we have biography of Euphrasie Barbier that will be read by Nofa Norrain in French, the student of class 9 of our school. And the translation will be read by Adrita Zaima of class 9.
Bonjour à tous. I'm Naufanuran Nanjiva from Class 9 Jupiter of S.F.X Greenherald International School. I'm going to be reading the biography of Adel Euphrasie Barbier in French. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Adrita Zaima of Class 9 of S.F.X Greenherald International School, and I'm going to be translating the biography of Euphrasie Barbier into English. Thank you.
Barbier Adel Euphrasie, 1829 to 1893. Catholic nun, teacher, religious founder. Adel Euphrasie Barbier, fondatrice des Sœurs de Notre-Dame de Mission, est née le 4 janvier 1829 à Caen, Normandie, France. Elle est connue dans la vie religieuse comme Marie du Cœur de Jésus. Elle était l'enfant de Louis-Désir Barbier, un service de Boulogne et dont son épouse Jeanne-Adèle Leclerc.
Adele Euphrasie Barbier, foundress of the Sisters of Our Lady of the Missions, was born on 4 January 1829 in Caen, Normandy, France. She was known in her religious life as Mother Mary of the Heart of Jesus. She was a child of Louis Désir Barbier and his wife Jeanne-Adèle Leclerc.
Quand Barbier était un jeune adulte, l'Église en France a été forte et dynamique avec de nombreuses nouvelles congrégations. À ce moment, Euphrasie a été inspirée par un évêque prédicacieux sur ses expériences dans les champs de mission. Elle aspirait à être un missionnaire à l'étranger.
The family had a strong faith, and her parents instilled into their young girl the values of honesty and hard work. When Euphrasie was a young adult, the church in France was strong and vibrant with many new congregations. At this time, Euphrasie was inspired by a bishop preaching on his experiences in the mission fields. She yearned to be a foreign missionary.
À la suite de son rêve missionnaire, en 1848, Euphrasie entrait un nouvel institut missionnaire connu sous le nom de Sœurs de Cavalerie, qui avait été établi à Kiev.
Following her missionary dream, in 1848, Euphrasie entered a newly established missionary institute by the name of the Sisters of Calvary, which had been established in Kiev.
En décembre 1861, Euphrasie Barbier fonde une nouvelle congrégation, Institut de Notre-Dame de Mission à Lyon, dans le but de travailler dans les missions étrangères.
In December of 1861, Euphrasie Barbier founded a new congregation, Our Lady of Mission Institut de Notre-Dame de Mission in Lyon, with the aim of working in the foreign missions.
Barbier a pris un nouveau nom dans la religion, mais Marie du Cœur de Jésus et développé la congrégation de Notre-Dame de la Mission. Il se consacre au recrutement, formation et sensibilisation fort.
Barbier took a new name in religion, becoming Mother Marie du Cœur de Jésus, Mary of the Heart of Jesus, and developed the Congregation of Our Lady of the Missions. She devoted herself to recruitment, training, and fundraising.
Les premiers missionnaires étrangers, tout français, quittent la France fin octobre 1864 pour la Nouvelle-Zélande. Dans l'année, ils étaient occupés à enseigner en enfants des colons européens et en jeunes filles mariées. Malgré les difficultés, la congrégation s'est épanouie et a permis l'établissement de nouvelles fondations.
The first foreign missionaries, all French, left France in late October 1864 for New Zealand. Within the year, they were busy teaching children of European settlers and young Maori girls. In spite of difficulties, the congregation flourished and allowed the establishment of newer foundations.
Euphrasie était familièrement connue sous le nom la Petite Mère. Elle avait établi les communautés en France, en Angleterre, dans les îles du Pacifique, la Nouvelle-Zélande et l'Asie. Elle était connue comme une femme de foi, d'impétuosité volonté, la droiture et la cordialité. Mère Marie du Cœur de Jésus est morte à Comte en Angleterre le 18 janvier 1893. La mémoire d'Euphrasie Barbier vit toujours avec tendresse dans la carte des sœurs de sa mission.
Euphrasie was familiarly known as the Little Mother. Despite her health having been undermined by privations and illnesses, she had great enthusiasm for life. She made regular trips to the communities she had established in France, England, the Pacific Islands, New Zealand, and Asia. Mother Mary of the Heart of Jesus died at her order's house, St. Anne's Convent, at Westborough, Kent, England, on 18 January 1893. Euphrasie Barbier's memory still lives on fondly as part of the Sisters of Our Mission today. Thank you.
Thank you, Adrita. Thank you, Nova, for your remarkable effort that you have made. Now we have French song by James Haya Tripura, a student of class 10 of our institution.
Good morning, everyone. Bonjour. My name is James Haya. I'm from class 10, and today I'm going to sing a French song. Well, it's actually an English song, and I just translated it in French. So, yeah, enjoy.
Como tu oublies ton dos sucré. Quand tu me regardes, je ne réponds plus de moi. Je voyage dans nos pays que l'on ne connaît pas. Quand je cache-t-il dans ses yeux qui me fait quelle est cette magie que tu mets dans ta voix? Je ne fais que lutter, même si j'essaie, je ne t'oublie pas. Mais mon noyau, j'arrive à respirer. J'en deviendrai folle et tu le sais, car tout de moi aime tout de toi. J'aime ta façon de me parler, comme si rien d'autre n'existe, car tout de moi aime tout de toi. C'est le souvenir que tu me laisses. J'en joue, tu es ma faiblesse. J'entends tout de moi. Si tu m'entends tout de toi. Combien de fois devrais-je te prouver que mon sans tes bras je n'ai nulle part où aller? Tout autour de nous semble vouloir nous séparer. Oubliez le passé, regarde devant. Je veux avancer autrement, mais tu ne sais pas ton corps à bord. Je le ressens, mais mon noyau j'arrive à respirer. J'en deviendrai, oh, et tu le sais, car tout de moi aime tout de toi. J'aime ta façon de me parler, comme si rien d'autre n'existe, car tout de moi aime tout de toi. Ces souvenirs que tu me laisses, change tu ma faiblesse. J'entends de moi. Si tu m'entends de toi.
Thank you, James Haya,
Fantastic.
for beautiful, presentation. God bless you. Now we have the life experience and value learned from Euphrasie's life that will be reflected by one of our students of A level, Greenherald National School, Robento Haq. Robento Haq will be sharing his experience.
Good morning, Honorable Principal, sisters, teachers, parents, and all the viewers from home and beyond. I was tasked to do something very difficult today. I was tasked to reflect on the various virtues of Sister Euphrasie Barbier in a time span of about 3 minutes. If I talked about all the virtues, which include, but is not limited to, her love, compassion, commitment, faith, and her dedication, it would definitely be a rather tediously long speech. So rather, I decided to focus on the fundamental value that I believe encapsulates all the rest, her value of altruism. Sister Euphrasie Barbier lived and breathed for others. She risked her life to help those in need. And who exactly did she help? The famished and forlorn, the poor and the helpless. This is the very principle of selfless devotion for the betterment of others that lays the foundations of the RMBM Sisters and is the same ideal that echoes through the halls of S.F.X. Greenherald International School. I've been in the school for a little under 14 years, and the first time I set foot on the grounds of this institution, I was confused. As a 5-year-old child, I did not understand how the sisters did what they did. I couldn't fathom how some sisters left their homes to settle down and set up an institution and spend the entirety of their days for us. I asked myself what they really had to gain from all of this. And the simplicity of the answer made it even more elusive for me at the time. Because at the end of the day, they didn't really gain anything. And that's what made their actions all the more powerful. We grew up watching our sisters work for the service of others and tire away for us. And subsequently, almost subconsciously, we embodied this very principle of altruism from them. See, all institutions strive to create students who display academic excellence, and ours is no different in that regard. But the core values that our school holds dear necessitates it to foster these very values into its students. The school endeavors to make us mirror the very values that Sister Euphrasie Barbier held dear. It teaches us leadership, gives us the skills needed to make change and initiate change by ourselves. It teaches us the importance of working for others and with others. And more importantly, it teaches us to love and care. If I had to think an example of an incident where I was touched by the sisters or their actions, I'd have to choose the time when I was leaving for a debating tournament. And I was accompanied by 5 others. Just as we were about to leave, 3 sisters approached us and asked us where we were going. We promptly said that it was for the tournament, and they informed us that they had prayed for us the entire night before. Before we left, they gave us a short prayer and blessed us for our journey. What made the incident stand out the most was these were new sisters. They didn't really know us, and we'd never interacted with them prior to that. And yet they treated us as if they'd known us for years, as the sisters and teachers always do. Moreover, from the teachers and sisters, through their interactions with us, teach us to be kind. But the clubs and initiatives that the school has teaches us all the other great values. The community service club that we have gives us the opportunity to really make a difference. The volunteering at the evening school allows us to make a direct impact to those in need. And the students don't just remain dormant with the qualities that they learn. They actively try to put these skills to good use. Some years back, XGH alumni founded Aubhan, a nonprofit organization with one of our senior teachers as its advisor. Other students who left abroad many years ago came back to the country and the school and to teach the students about the entire process of leaving for undergraduate studies abroad. They still operate a Facebook page and gives us resources for applying. And these are people who, again, have nothing to gain from all of this. They are living their lives and doing and have all they need to live their lives the way they want to. But they still continue to make an effort to help those who are still here, to help those who they can. And that's just the tip of the iceberg for the examples that I can have. I'll be leaving this school by this year. And looking back, it's difficult to not acknowledge all the things that made my time here stand out. I know I'll leave here not merely with the knowledge needed to excel in life, but also with the desire to use that knowledge for meaningful change, for the benefit of others. And what do I have to gain from that? Well, after 14 years, I know that I don't need to gain anything from the work I do. Because as long as it helps someone else, I know the work I do will still be meaningful. Thank you very much.
Beautiful speech. Thank you, Roberto, for your remarkable experience that you gained from the life of Euphrasie. Thank you very much and nicely presented, Now we have dance by the students of class 5, 6 students of class 5 junior section that was prepared by our dance teachers, Mr. Inayat Hussain and Mrs. Ananna Wafi Rahman. It's on Robinda Shongit, that's Amra Notun Joboneri Dut.
যেখানে ডাক পড়ে জীবন মরণ ছাড়ে, যেখানে ডাক পড়ে জীবন আমরা করি ভুল অগাধ জলে, ঝাঁপ দিয়ে জুঝিয়ে পাই কুল। আমরা করি ভুল যেখানে ডাক পড়ে জীবন মরণ ছাড়ে, যেখানে ডাক পড়ে জীবন মরণ ছাড়ে। আমরা প্রস্তুত, আমরা চঞ্চল, আমরা অদ্ভুত, আমরা নূতন যৌবনের দূত, আমরা নূতন যৌবনের দূত, আমরা নূতন যৌবনের দূত।
Thank you, dear students. Remarkably, you could do this. And thank you, Inayat sir and Ananna Wafir Rahman, for making them practice and for your hard work. Thank you very much. Now we have a Bangla poem composed by Sabir Hussain. That is Euphrasie Barbier Shoroni. শতাব্দী পেরিয়ে ফরাসি দেশের একটি কিরণ এসেছিল বাংলায়, সহস্র প্রদীপ জ্বেলে উঠল, অন্ধকার হলো দূর, জাদুর বাঁশির সেই মুগ্ধ সুর ছড়িয়ে পড়ল সমগ্র বাংলায়। পথের দিশারি হয়ে বাংলার আকাশে উজ্জ্বল হলো ধ্রুবতারা, শান্তির পেল নীর যারা ছিল সর্বহারা। তুমি আজও বেঁচে আছো মা ইউফ্রেজি, বাংলার মানুষের হৃদয়, বাংলার আকাশে বাতাসে প্রতিটি ধূলিকণায়। তোমার সেবা তো সীমিত নয়, খ্রিস্টান হিন্দু মুসলমান সবাইকে দিয়েছ জ্ঞান, ঈশ্বরের আশীর্বাদে সবাই আজ বলবান। তোমার আত্মা ঘুরেছে চারিদিক, তাই আজ আমরা এত নির্ভীক। তুমি দেখিয়েছ পথ, সবাই করেছে শপথ, আমরা ভুলব না তোমায়। থেকো সব সময় মোদের পাশে, এই আমাদের প্রার্থনা, এই আমাদের আশা। হে মা ইউফ্রেজি বারবিয়ে, তুমি আজও আছো স্মৃতিতে, তুমি আজও আছো পৃথিবীতে। তুমি তো বাস করো হৃদয়, তোমার সেই 5 সঙ্গিনীরা তারাও আছে আমাদের ঘিরে করে অঙ্গীকার যাব না কোনোদিন ফিরে অশান্ত সাগরের উর্মিমালা আজ তোমার নামে শান্ত ঘৃণার বিশাল মরুভূমি আজ সবুজ প্রান্ত হে মা ইউফ্রেজি তোমায় করি প্রণাম সফল হয়েছে তোমার মানব সেবার সংগ্রাম থ্যাংক ইউ ধন্যবাদ
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Excellent composition, sir.
Excellent composition. Beautiful, sir. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Now we have a song, Hey Mohoti Nari Euphrasie, composed by Sister Shanti de Rosario RNDM, will be sung by Joy sir and our students.
তোমার ছড়ি তোমার ছড়ি ওই প্রেমে প্রজরিতা তোমার ছড়ি দ্বিতীয় প্রেমে পরিপূর্ণা তোমার শরীর তোমার তোমার শরীর তোমার উচ্চ শিবা প্রাণী তোমার শরীর তোমার হৃদয় চির তোমার মারিয়ার চির সাথী তোমার অধিকারী তোমার ওই শোকের কাছে তোমার শরীর আমাদের সাথে থেকে এক মনের প্রাণীকে রাখো সবাই ওই শোকের কাজ মরিবারে প্রাণে দাও শক্তি দাও মন হৃদয়ে রাখো কাটি যিশু হৃদয়ে
Thank you, Joy sir, Joy Nicholas, and dear children,
Wonderful.
those who presented this beautifully. They made a very great effort. Thank you very much. Now, I will request our beloved teacher, Rahat Nilofer, to give vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. A very good morning to all who are with us here today. We have almost come to the end of this fruitful and enjoyable morning. On behalf of all the teachers and staff of Greenherald, I would like to thank our principal, Sister Virginia Asha Gomez, RNDM, and all the sisters, all the RNDM sisters, for their endless support in putting together this program today. A big thank you to Sister Josephine Kane, RNDM, Superior General of the RNDM congregation, for joining with us here from Rome. Thank you very much indeed. Special thanks to Mr. Timir Nundi, Ms. Teresa Kaplan, Mr. Joy Francis, Ms. Onun Nawafi Rahman, and Mr. Inai Hussain for handling the cultural end. Thanks also to the club moderators and my dear students for your participation in this event of Euphrasie Day 2021. And finally, thank you, Mr. Hussain, for conducting this program and for the beautiful poem that you have composed and read it out to us. We hope and pray for these trying times to be over soon, so that we can get back to our normal lives again. And we want to go back to our lives again before COVID-19. May God bless us all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Rahat, for beautiful words. Now we have the most attractive song,
Mission Divine.
Mission Divine, and that will go with the PowerPoint presentation. And we must know that everybody should know that Greenherald is celebrating Euphrasie Day since 2014. And I hope it will keep going in the forthcoming period too. And we will all be present to celebrate the program. This is what we are expecting and asking God to bless this program.
Faces of faithful women, sisters we've known and loved. We raise a chorus to our pioneers. Honor their stirring stories, courage and sacrifice. Hold up and celebrate the signs of life. Missions divine, mission received. In mission Euphrasie believe. Joy fills the heart for now and the start, and all that's been mission between. Voices from distant islands whispered in hearts on fire. Those who set out gave witness through their lives. Still there's a voice resounding, earth crying out her name, and there's a fire burning just the same. Missions divine, mission received. In mission Euphrasie believe. Joy fills the heart for now and the start, and all that's been mission between. called to be one together, called to be love set free. We stand on solid ground and catch the wind, sway in the dance together, echo God's silent word. Take up the mission now, Euphrasie heard. Missions divine, mission received. Its mission Euphrasie believe. Joy fills the heart for now and the start, and all that's been mission between, and all that's been mission between.
No, thank you, everybody, for giving available time and watching this program. I thank Sister Rasha and especially Sister Jacqueline. Really, she helped me a lot, a lot. I have no words to thank, really. Thank you, Sister Jacqueline, and all the teachers, those who made effort, especially Timir sir, then Rahat Miss, Joy and family, Joy sir and family members, beautiful Inayat sir, Wafi Rahman, Drabanto, and my other students, I don't know their names, but all of them really very nicely, beautifully, they presented the program and it made it very successful. And I hope it will keep going like that. Thank you very much, everybody. And this is now we are going to end the program. And now I want that to, yes, this is the end of the program of today. And forthcoming and hoping for next year by the grace of Almighty.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful program.
Wonderful.
Excellent. Thank you. Especially the last song.